Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nicola and today we are gonna do a quick practice by using blocks. So maybe you don't, and I don't use them so often, maybe not as often as I should use them, so I wanted to dedicate this practice only to blocks. And we will be using them for strength, so to strengthen, but also on the other hand, some poses will be more accessible with the use of blocks, and maybe you will see that the blocks really fit you in some poses and you will incorporate them more into your practice in the future. Maybe not, but it's also to find out what really fits you. Some poses with the blocks, without the blocks. Just observe and see the difference. We will start lying down on our backs. You can already grab one block. And you can place the block in between your thighs. Squeeze it tight so it doesn't fall. And then slowly start raising your hips up into the bridge pose. Keep squeezing the block with your inner thighs. And then slowly on the exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up, squeeze. Exhale, down. So the block is really making sure that the knees will not fall apart, which is one of the possible concerns during bridge pose. So it is a nice practice with the block to keep it in mind. Exhale and one more. Inhale to raise the hips up, push into your feet and down. Take the block in your hands, you can still keep the knees bent. And we will be coming into boat pose, so you can raise your upper body up, raise your legs up, still with the block in our hands. And we will be alternating the sides. So first we will be coming from left to right. So to the boat pose we are also adding some side up work. Just keep breathing and alternating from one side to the other. You are not placing the block to the floor, just coming close enough, but not quite. Few more like this, hold in there. Keep breathing. One more from side to side. And release. Lie down, stretch out your arms, stretch out the belly. And still with the blocks in hand and the knees bent, we will be coming slowly with straightened arms up to the seated position. So really, really slowly, first go your arms and then your upper body follows the arms all the way up to seated. Raise the arms up to stretch. And then again, really slowly, coming back to lie down. Come all the way up. Maybe your pace is a little bit slower, a little bit faster. That's okay, just follow your breath, your own pace. And at some point, I will catch up or you will catch up. We will just meet at some point, don't worry. Slowly come down. 2 more rounds like this. Last one. Okay, you can put the block aside for a moment, just stretch everything out, the arms, the legs. And with the block, come all the way up to seated position again, and we will transition into the tabletop position on hands and knees. So take also the second block and place them underneath your shoulders. So the shoulders are aligned above the wrists, the knees are below the hips. And we will do a few rounds of cat and cow with the blocks. So we will have a little bit bigger range of motion. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze up. And exhale, round and contract. Inhale, look up. Exhale, push into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. And last round. Exhale. So the knees and the hips stay exactly as they are. We will just lower our upper body into puppy stretch. So if with the blocks maybe it will be a little bit too intense, you can just omit them here. Or if you want, you can bring them a bit forward and bring your elbows on the blocks. The forehead goes in between the blocks and the hands can maybe stay up, meeting in the middle, or you can also lower them, coming closer to your neck and to your upper back. So with the blocks you can also feel a nice stretch in the triceps. And we want to really melt the heart down, stretching into the back, the upper body, opening the heart. And keep the belly a little bit engaged so you don't collapse. Few deep breaths here. Come back up. So first release the hands and then with the help of the arms come all the way up. You can keep the blocks as they are, maybe put them a little bit further to the top of the mat, and we will come into the first downward facing dog with the blocks. For me it's the best to have the 3 middle fingers on the block and then the pinky and the thumb from the sides. So just try out what works for you, and once you are ready, raise yourself up into our first downward facing dog. So do any movements that feel good here, maybe paddle the feet. You can shake your head to release the neck. And really keep pressing into the arms, stretching into the spine. Raise your right leg up and bring it in the middle of the blocks for warrior 2. So open the arms. The front knee is bent, keep squeezing it open. Find your strength, balance. Strengthen your front leg. Bring one of the blocks into your right hand and place it in the position that fits you, maybe on the lower or on the higher stand. Place your right arm on the block and take the second in your hand. And we will come into triangle pose. So we will place our right hand onto the block and then the left with the block will come up. And from here, do 3 big circles with your arm and the block. So really feeling the stretch in the side body, opening the chest. Regular breaths here. Last big circle. And then bring the block down. You can place the left one on the side and we will come from here into half moon. So Maybe the block, you can move it a little bit to the front of the mat, and you are trying to raise your left leg and left hand to the side. Don't know if the block is helpful or not here. Maybe it depends. You can release, place the blocks where they were, and we will do our vinyasa. So plank pose with the blocks, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog, and we will meet in downward dog. Catch your breath here. Left leg goes up, warrior two. Once you have your balance, grab both blocks into both hands, straighten the front leg, coming into triangle again with the circles. We try to emphasize the length, the side body stretch. Finish your circles. Drop the block to the side, bring the left block a bit further, coming into half moon again. Opening to the side with your chest. Come back down with the leg, place the blocks down. Vinyasa from here, so plank, chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Roll your feet to the front of the mat. You can put one block aside, taking the second one in your hands. Come all the way up. Place the block in between your thighs. We are coming into chair pose, so the toes are together to touch, the heels are slightly apart, and then slowly start bringing your hips down. Squeezing the block in between. Hold, maybe go a bit lower. And now slowly, slowly come all the way down to sit. Try not to drop the block if possible, into boat pose again. Stay here. Drop the feet to the ground and come all the way down to lie down exactly to the position where we started. Release the block, widen your feet and let the knees drop one towards each other. And just for a few seconds, close your eyes and digest this practice. Observe how you feel now compared to when you stepped onto the mat. And whatever wasn't working for you or didn't meet your expectations, just be okay with that. Every day the body is different. For us women, it also kind of depends in which phase of our menstrual cycle we are in. I'm coming towards my period, so I'm not the most balanced at the moment. And it's fine too. We are not doing yoga for performance, but for how it makes us feel in our bodies, in our minds. When you are ready, come all the way up to the seated position, any way that is comfortable to you. Once more, close your eyes, bring the hands in Anjali Mudra to the front of your heart. And bring your hands to the forehead for the clarity of thoughts, to your lips for the clarity of speech, and to the heart for clear and loving intentions. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope it wasn't too challenging, but as I said, it's the overall experience. We are not trying to prove anything to ourselves or to the others. It's just us and the practice. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I wish you a great day. Bye!